So Bhante, you talk about mindfulness progressing. And so the early stages requires a lot of effort to stay present. So I have two questions about that. You said somewhere along in the middle, there comes a point where even if you're distracted, even if you're angry, even if you lack wisdom, still there is some mindfulness.
Yeah.
Can you explain that statement? Even if you're distracted, there's still some mindfulness?
So I will ask the audience, when you are practicing, we practice about 15 minutes. At that time, you would have observed a lot of unmindful thought moments. Isn't it? Before that, due to effort of your teachers and everything, you first recognize the mindful thought moment. That is very difficult to define.
Difficult to define what a mindful moment is?
I am here and now. I am mindful on the breath. How do you know? Which is concept or reality? But whenever passing that, whenever you become unmindful, it is very gross. And then you understand that we have the natural tendency to regret about the unmindfulness. That is due to our the self-curse. Oh, that is what we call morality, according to the religion. But the mindfulness progressive path indicates understanding mindfulness is difficult, yes. But once you understood mindfulness only, at the next grade you understand unmindfulness. It's an advancement. And that understanding, I'll put this way. Just before coming here, I went to the Kampa school, and of course, I try to avoid it, but they told that the whole school is coming. And so I also went there, and we did some little practices, and President asked the audience, so full hall, can someone gives you a experience of mindfulness in sitting and walking? They have done before my coming, they have done walking, and no one is talking. They have the stage fear. And I cracked few jokes and gave some parables and kind of, then one girl came, maybe grade 9 or 10. And she came, and once a microphone taken, she starts shivering. She can't talk. And he went to the president and told, I was coming with the mind to tell something, but I can't, because I am blocked. He told, are you mindful or not now? She told, still I am mindful. And that is what mindfulness is. So with that, she lost the tension and they started talking. And she told, when I come, I never expected the stage fear. But I reported that to the president. He was a layperson. He told, because you are stage fear, you know on the spot here and now. And that is also mindfulness. And she told that release all the tension. And they started talking little. Then I told you, come and sit here. Bhante, I am to sit with you. Yes, you sit you, because I want to have a dialogue. Then I told, anyone sharing this experience? Then I asked the headmistress, what is your experience of the 5 minutes, 10 minutes meditation? She told, with difficulties only one day I got you down, but when we were doing there, children were shouting and going up and down and making noises, and there are a few vice principals, they are not taking care about that, so I develop anger. When I am here, I am with you, they are not taking care. And then again, I came to know that I am angry with the shouting children as well as the vice principals. And that made me again calm down. And then I asked the audience, understanding mindfulness as such under your very nose and understanding unmindfulness under your very nose, which one is more efficient? You get the question? And that girl sitting by me told, but they both are the same. And then I told, maybe, darling, you are correct, but I would like to ask from the headmistress. She told, Bhante, understanding unmindfulness also happening here and now under your very nose, I think it is more efficient, more the
Easy?
skillful.
Skillful, I see.
Then that girl was not happy. I did not make the point clear. Now I can make it because understanding here and now I am breathing up, breathing down, and understanding mindfulness is boosting your ego. But when you understand I am not mindful, mind is scattering, and knowing that is also kind of a here present moment awareness, you never claim this is mine or me or mine. So therefore that is sufficient. Am I too much? Are we discussing? Are you all in the discussion?
You guys with us?
Got the point?
Look alive.
Say it one. I think I understood. Could you repeat this?
No, you have to repeat.
I think what Bhante's talking about the evolution of mindfulness, right? So in the beginning, we look at mindfulness as something to be developed. It requires a lot of effort, staying present. But then at some point, you realize that even when you're not mindful, when you're distracted, there is an awareness that you're distracted and unmindful. It happens automatically. So that is also mindfulness. So it sounds like as the practice deepens, there's a understanding gradually that mindfulness does not need to be developed as such. It's already here, already at a certain stage. Is that right?
No, you are mixing. You are disturbing.
Okay.
Can anyone give the idea that I was trying to share? Then I feel comfortable. I can repeat, no problem. But I expect you to be with me, you to discuss, you to be open. He is inefficient.
So, what I understood is you were saying that when people think about mindfulness, they think about having that clarity of mind and just being here and now with their breath. But even when you're so-called unmindful, if you're recognizing that you're there, that's still a moment of mindfulness. Now, you were saying that the little girl was saying both are equally efficient, but sometimes being aware of unmindful thoughts might be more efficient because you don't relate to something about relating to yourself.
Something?
About relating it to yourself? About the idea?
No, that I will just give a hint at that moment. The girl was telling both mindful, knowing here and now or not, now you're eccentric. It's okay. But the headmistress told, the understanding I am eccentric, I am daydreaming, I am fantasizing, I am not mindful is more efficient, more skillful. And at that moment, I did not explore the moment, explore the situation, because I was with the headmistress. So now I am telling you, because when you are mindful and you are aware, I can be mindful 5, 6, 7 cycles of in-breath and out-breath. That means definitely you can assume this as my quality. It is me. You become proud. You become arrogant. But understanding I am not mindful. My mind cannot keep on the track. It's doing past and the future, other people and all that. But still, moment you understand that is also happening in the very first moment, in the very moment. That understanding, you never claim that knowledge as me. Not mine, not myself. You can't understand what I am telling.
Excuse me, Bhante. So what you are saying is being mindful that you are not mindful.
Yeah. So I am going to give one of the reasoning why. Because understanding mindfulness is boosting your ego.
And that can't be helped.
That
cannot be helped.
No, I mean, one condition. The understanding I am unmindful, but still you are aware at that very moment. You never claim that is me, not mine, not myself, though it is transcendental. So that difference, we can't understand by ourselves unless otherwise go for a discussion like this. Unless otherwise we have inferential knowledge. We have to have a deductive knowledge to put them. That girl says both mindful. I mean, she also not incorrect. But the headmistress says this is understanding unmindfulness is more efficient, more skillful. So I wanted to take that side. And I reason it out telling, because you can't claim, you can be happy that I know I am my unmindfulness, but that is more insightful. And these things are not being explained in canonical exegesis, not explained in the religious areas. But for the last 30, 40 years, these things are surfacing. Because we are in such a dynamic dialogue. And we in the dialogue like this, we can take it because whenever you try to be mindful, so you look down other people if they are not unmindful. In my family, I am the only person mindful. The others are just like beasts. They are not mindful. They are thinking about the economic progress and all the kind. I am not that. I am economically okay, politically okay, but still I am mindful. That kind of arrogance, conceit is there. But I don't know. I am quite thankful to the group that I associated. They ask us to be choicelessly be aware whether you are mindful or not. And that it was difficult for me to grasp. But I understand why it is. So because understanding unmindfulness, you never become proud about. You never become conceited about that. But it's a human knowledge. It's a birthright. So we can discuss that. I mean that we are very, 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 very dynamic in the dialogue. We are sharing each other. And that make ourselves all like a family members. I mean, no one is advanced, no one is going back for this thing. But we are all understanding the mindfulness as well, unmindfulness in an equal way. So I am not a special being. I'm just another being. You may be assuming you as a special being. That is how you can't understand.
I think you're right about that.
No, you don't give that certificate.
So, go ahead. Yeah.
So from what I understand, I'm saying, because if we are mindful and we're recognizing it, we might be attached to our sense of self more because we're proud of that mindful moment. Whereas if you're unmindful, you're likely not going to be proud, so there might be less attachment to the self. But then even when you're kind of, let's say, you do something wrong or something doesn't go right and you get upset and angry with yourself, isn't that still an attachment to yourself because you're still relating it to your idea of yourself, if that makes sense?
So we just went to the Princeton University. What is that?
Princeton, yes.
Yeah. And I am mad. I went to the library. I don't know. It may be boring for others. So I picked a book known as Resilience, Pathway to Resilience. Then I told, please get out. I want to just read it. I know you can't read it. It's a very fairly thick book. Very first sentence it says, the most resilient race on the earth is Jews. And it make me something like go for a few sentences like. So I went to one chapter, second chapter, then I asked him to find a piece of paper and pen. And I got down and says that historically they have been tortured in such a way and killed in the Second World War and all the kind of thing, but still nation is there. Individually we are Jews. And they are explaining how the resilience happens. Resilience means whenever adverse situation happen, how quickly you come back to the normal, your mentality. So at the beginning, we are discussing this unmindfulness in the deductive knowledge, in the inferential knowledge. When it is happening, you are advancing not only with the mindfulness and disadvantage, unmindfulness also, but still, whenever something mishap happen, it takes little time to recover, to come back to your original mindset, your resilience. It is increasing slowly. But Unmindfulness is always an accident. Mindfulness, you can systematically go in and ask the group to come and we sit daily on that 5 o'clock and kind of thing. We can try. But the unmindfulness, that is, let me explain, that is why I hate artificial intelligence. Because unmindfulness is a human error. It's beautiful. It's very aesthetic. And you are advancing. And your rational mind is hating you. Because you advance your mistakes. You're happy to be with you, but mistake is something happening. So therefore you are living now. You are ready for any time. You are ready, you are be prepared for anything. You have that mindset. Then I says, you have nothing to enlighten, you are already enlightened. It is such a gist in your life. And there is one Michael Gladwell, you can go into, and he says he has written a book, The Blink. The book subtitle is given, the name is The Blink. Underneath it says, Power of Thinking Without Thinking. And that is what you call, you understand unmindfulness. You never expect something to have mishap. It happens, but you digest in your deductive way, never mind, still on the spot, I know I am not mindful. And it gives kind of a rejuvenation. It's a kind of a complete radical way of putting you in back to the zero level. And it's in the face of a mishap or eccentric, daydreaming, fantasizing, and you feel like it's such a hilarious thing. You can't talk with other people. They will say you are mad. But we mindful people, we are all mad, no harm. We can talk. Don't you think so?
Thank you, Bhante. And in your last, please have a sip if you need.
Yeah, you carry on.